our topic for today is rocking even with the L's. Rocking even with the L's. And firstly, that L primarily stands for losses. Because of course we want the W's, we want the wins. But how do you rock even with the L? And that is something that I think can actually make or break the progress and evolution of an individual.
Mm-hmm.
If you can healthily understand that life comes with both wins and losses, and you will probably feel a lot of losses more than you will feel what it's like to win. Because a lot of times the competitions of life are limited and only one person can take home the gold. Um, it is a perspective shift that
Mm-hmm.
makes the difference. Um, but yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts on rocking with the
I see how
L.
you're like pulling it from the sky. I see you trying to be
I'm pulling it from
inspired.
the live the hope you give. Live the hope you give.
I'm
Keep
proud of you. You
going.
did good. You didn't look. We didn't believe you, but you did good. We don't believe you.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but yes, you learn more from the L's than you ever will from the wins,
Yeah.
right? The L's are the
Mhm.
lessons. The L's are life. The L's are love. The L's are letting go. You're going to get
Mhm.
so much more from the L's, more than a
That
loss.
actually that actually is very true
Yeah,
because
you
there's a
get so much
lot more
more.
information that you get from L. It's like
So much more.
information on what can be done different, what
Mm-hmm.
can be built, what can be developed, what can be enhanced, what can be um, worked out,
Mm-hmm.
you know, what can
Mm-hmm.
be celebrated. And so, and the win, you're at the mountaintop and
Mm-hmm.
there's not much else to kind of teach you except for celebrate well and
Mm-hmm.
to remember that there's more work to be done later. But
Mm-hmm.
I think that people deserve to celebrate their wins. Like
Yeah.
at the end of the day, Pastor Mike took home all those wins, and it was a lot. It was a lot of wins,
We
and I
still
was like,
don't believe you, y'all. He's struggling with this. That we're
no,
having this
actually,
topic
no, no, no,
today
no, no. I
because
I'm
you
not
are a
struggling. I'm
person.
not.
You are a
I'm
person
not.
who will continuously be nominated. You will always be in this space, right? And so your perspective shift is going to be critical for you. I think you appreciate other people's talents, abilities, moments. I believe you celebrate other people's wins, even when it doesn't necessarily, and this is a real-time correlation to a loss. You just celebrate people's wins just because they winning. It ain't got nothing
Yeah,
to do with you, right?
yeah.
So I believe all of that for you. The L's though are hurtful and disappointing, and that's normal. You're human, right? But I think it's almost like the perspective shift is to me, I'm trying to think of the best example. The perspective shift is that it literally doesn't matter whether you win or lose.
Hmm.
So if you know it don't matter, I mean, if you say your
Not fully
family,
true.
huh? No, well, this is what
That,
I'm saying to you. For
that's
the
what you're
things that
saying.
matter, the things that matter to you. You were talking earlier about the listening session, the new music you got coming out, the impact, the feeling. You were talking about your uncle who passed, who poured into you. You're talking about your brother who you're proud of. You got a wife. The things that matter did not shift or change. None of those things shift or change based on you winning an award or losing an award. In
Slow
that
down.
moment.
Slow down.
In that moment.
Because I think we can be honest and say winning these awards, especially in our industry, in our areas of profession, are celebratory symbols and indicators of impact. And so while we can say it doesn't change anything, it may not literally change a whole lot, but it does empower you. It it affirms you, it encourages you, it gives you a sense of, yo, the work was worth it. And yes, there are other ways to feel that. But a lot of times with the win, because there's phases on when and during award season. Getting the nomination is actually the first win. It's the first win because everybody talks about it. You then start getting celebrated as the ones. You may have seen on my page, I saw my face on the
on
big
the
old
building.
banner.
Yeah.
The banner, the building next to CC Winans. Like, I was at the top even. And yes, I have had Times Square billboards. Yes, I have literally had a billboard that draped the entire skyscraper. I know what that feels like, and it's an incredible feeling. But I have yet to fully feel in my adult years, to fully feel receiving a trophy win for my music outside of Billboard and going platinum. I would love to know what it feels like to carry one of those things myself. And I think
I
it's
get that.
fair for
I
that
get
to
that.
be
That's
a
fair
one.
if that is a desire of yours. I'm not saying it's not a desire or shouldn't be.
It's not the end all be all though.
It just can't be. And it can't be, it just can't be. The things you said that trophy represents already exists, and you don't even have a trophy. You already know the impact you've made. You already have the validation of the talent and the gift. You already have the support of the people who love you. So I'm saying the things that you listed that piece of metal would show you, you already have that.
Just a piece of metal.
It's just a piece of metal.
I can't stand when people that don't have one yet just call it that.
No, what I'm saying to you is there are some medals, like let's say a gold medal in the Olympics for the 100-meter dash. In that moment, you are the fastest person in the world. That means something. Music, art is so subjective. It's if you don't ever get nominated, are you going to tell me you don't feel like your music touched the heart of anybody? You know that's not true. It's not even a thing. So some medals do mean something. Hey, you punched that person and knocked them out. You won. Art is so subjective. It's so subjective. As a comedian, if you say Jerry Seinfeld, Kevin Hart, Dave Chappelle, Steve Harvey, I'm listing some of the most successful comedians, and there are hundreds of millions of people that would say, I don't think he's funny to any of them.
You're right.
Because it's subjective.
That's right.
So my dog is agreeing with me. So what I'm saying to you is, right. So this, yes, it is a piece of metal in the realm that you are in the work that you produce and the love that you share and the hope that you give. Yes, it is a piece of metal.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Art is subjective, and you cannot rest on the decision or the results of a subjective reality, because that's just what it is. I just would love to.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. Those are two separate things, though.
When the day comes, I am.
Of course, you want to win.
And every time I say it, I get exhausted. I am Grammy, 2-time Soul Train, 9-time Image Award, 3-time Stellar Award, and 1-time Dove nominated.
So that means your music is impacting people, a lot of people, different places, different situations. People know your name. People know what you're going to bring to the table. Yeah. People know how you perform and leave your heart on the stage. People know they're going to feel good when you're in the room. I mean, all of that. And you talking to me about a piece of metal?
Stop deducing it to just a piece
I'm not deducing it. It is literally a piece of
you're
metal.
Talking to me about a trophy? Just say that. Don't call it a piece of metal, because if I get a Grammy,
I'm going to be so proud and happy for you. I will not diminish a Grammy if you had one. But until you get one, it's not.
That's all I wanted to hear you say. Man, F that little piece of nothing. That little toy.
Little piece of metal. When you get one, we'll turn up.
I love it. But much to what you're saying, yes, the L's are lessons.
Yeah.
The L's are the let goes. The L's are the losses. It is so much of it, but there is something to gain from every single one. And how you flip a perspective can literally shift the energy and how you move. Because literally, I had 5 minutes to shift my energy and perspective on does this moment of not having my name called, does that define me? Or does what I do in the midst of not getting everything that I believe I deserve or think that I want, do I still show up well?
Mm-hmm.
How do you handle that? And
Yeah. And you showed up
I'll
well.
let you,
And let me give an
I
example
showed up
too.
well, but I'll let you know there was a
I
little behind the
understand that, but you
scenes
know what it
action.
makes me think of? That
What?
fateful night that somebody was nominated for an award and they won the award. And that ain't what nobody was talking about because they lost themselves that night. And they went and slapped the stank out of Chris Rock. So it's about how you show up. They won the award. They won the award that night and got up and gave a speech after they let a moment redirect the definition of who they've been in their lifetime.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So if I ask him, hey, does the Oscar matter? He will go back in time and say, I would have rather not have had the moment that I did that and lost than to have had that moment and won.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
seriously. So
You
it's
know what
just,
was crazy? I will say this. I don't even know if it was captured, but I'm sitting in the aisle at the Stellars, and I know they're about to call my category, and up on the stage was Devon Franklin, Soraya, the singer actress, and also Tyler Lepley, and they are promoting their new show series on Netflix called Ruth and Boaz, and they're about presenting my category. And I'm like, oh, this is gonna be really cool. You know, Tyler's my guy, Devon's my guy, and I, I end up, um, I end up dealing with them not calling my name, but before they didn't call my name, the camera is like right by me, but I'm looking at it's not on me. It's on a person further down the road. And I was trying to tell the cameraman, I was like, "Hey, sir, I think I'm the one that's nominated for this category." It's only to only to find out that the girl sitting next to me, Adia, who it won a New Artist of the Year. She's from Birmingham. She's an incredible new artist, but she's with the Pastor Mike Kemp. Apparently, she co-wrote the song that was nominated. And the camera, and I didn't know she was in the cut because we only heard Pastor Mike's
mhm.
name. And so I'm like thinking, why is this happening? Like, why are they not filming me on my moment to hear my name called? And then my name didn't get called, and she jumps up and it's like, woo! And I said, first of all, these cameramen were tipped off on who is going to win. How disrespectful. You don't even have my facial expression of me losing. I
Okay.
am just.
So we can institute a new thing. You list all of your nominations. How
So
about
I
this?
just wait, but I want to say to Adia, I'm sorry for not realizing that you were a part of that win because you deserved every bit of the camera being on you than I did, even though it didn't touch me.
But look, can we use that as information for you? It
Yeah.
ain't about you,
Yes.
and you don't know what all is going on.
That part.
Let that be
That part.
life. Let that be
That
life.
part. Yeah. Yeah.
Because the more that you think is about you, the more of life is going to be disappointing. But if you just realize it ain't even about you, you ain't even got no feeling. This wasn't even
Yeah,
about me.
listen, I have done so many award shows, and when I finally was feeling like, oh, this may be my first win, I was like, something's not happening. They're not falling in line. This is starting to feel weird. Why aren't they? Why isn't there a camera that's on my face right now? That's got my facial expression. You should have saw me. I was nudging them. I was nudging.
because
And he's
because
like,
it
but look,
wasn't going.
he's holding the camera like, listen, he's holding the camera like, enough. I got the camera where it's supposed to be.
Amen. Let me start preaching because it wasn't going according to Major's plan.
Yeah,
Major felt like something wasn't right because it wasn't going according
absolutely.
to you what
A-
you felt
a-
it was supposed to be. It was going exactly
absolutely.
the way it was supposed to go.
Yes, absolutely went the way it was supposed to go. I just am used to seeing it a certain way. And I think that that's also the lesson in it is
Mm-hmm.
make yourself available for more than what you expect and what you think it should
What
be.
you think you know and what you have already experienced. You would
Yes,
tell me that
because
about
life is
love,
forever
and you would
unfolding
say more
beyond
than
us.
what you have experienced is available to you. Don't get stuck on what
Yes,
you've experienced as to what is
lesson,
available.
lesson. That's a lesson. That is an L. That is a lesson. That is a lesson.
Yeah.
And I loved everything we talked about in
Mm-hmm.
this um Eunice. I am really grateful for the lessons. I respect the loss.
Mm-hmm.
Um uh I don't want to say I'm grateful for the loss because I haven't arrived there, but I am grateful
Mm-hmm.
for the lessons and the information of what it brought. Um uh I am happy for people being celebrated for their hard work.
Mm-hmm.
I just pray that one day I can experience
Mm-hmm.
knowing what it feels like to win my nomination. But
Mm-hmm.
until then, I have to realize I'm not the only one. I think it was 9 or 10 before Luther Vandross finally won one.
Mm-hmm.
And that was right before he passed away. There's some people that I know that have been nominated over 13 times and in Grammys and never won. So
Mm-hmm.
listen, I'm not the only one.